Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Friday evening. Hope you are keeping well and are looking forward to a nice weekend ahead. We've got a nice gentle practice for ourselves this evening. And as always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So we shall begin our practice today lying down with our knees bent. Having your feet about shoulder width apart. And just encouraging those shoulder blades to sink into your mat. As you relax the body and slow down. Letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. Just bringing yourself to your mat. Releasing any tension you feel in your body, softening it out. And then letting your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhale through your nose. That nice, slow, steady, familiar breath. One more breath here. And then lifting up your feet, bringing your arms inside your knees and hold on to the outside of those feet, letting them look up towards the ceiling for a happy baby pose. And again, just focusing on the shoulder blades softening into the mat. Drawing those knees in a little closer if you can. Working with your own body. One more breath here. And then hugging those knees into the chest. And let the feet come down onto the mat. Let's cross the right leg over the left. You can do a double cross if that works for you. And then rolling over onto your left side with your right palm on top of your left. And let's take it across for a nice little twist here. It's quite an intensive twist, this one. So breathe into it. Encouraging that right knee towards the mat to the floor. One more breath here. And then unraveling the legs, coming back
to the center with your arms in a T as we now double cross the legs on this side, or just a single cross, whatever works. Draw that left arm over to come on top of the right as you bend, as you turn to the right. And then encouraging that left knee to stay as close to the mat or the floor as possible. Draw the left arm over, turning the gaze. You can use your right hand on that left leg if it helps. One more breath here. And then draw the left arm back across, unravel the legs, and coming back to lie on your mat with your knees bent once more. And now let's just raise those legs up so the feet are looking at the ceiling. Letting the thighs, I always feel in this pose, it's almost like your thigh bones are sinking into their sockets here. So just allowing that to happen. One more breath. And then letting those feet come back down onto the mat, rolling over onto your side and coming up to swing around and lie on your belly. Letting those arms come out nice and long, forehead on the mat. Having that nice full body stretch. And then drawing those arms either side of the chest, just rising up here into like an extended tabletop with your knees behind you, so that you can draw that right knee up to the between your hands and come down into a nice pigeon pose or sleeping swan. And we're going to take 3 more breaths here. And drawing yourself up, let's just take that to the other side. So left knee up nice and high as you drape over it. And depending on your flexibility, that left foot can come out to the right. I can't really do very much in that regard. I don't have that level of flexibility in this pose. One more breath here.
And then drawing that left leg back, we're going to come into a nice little gentle back bend, a nice Sphinx pose here. So your elbows are above your wrists. You're just taking that nice little bend. Looking forward. Lengthening through the spine with each breath. And then lowering the forehead down onto the mat. Draw the arms behind you, and we're just going to rise up with the forehead and chest. Drawing up. We're going to hold it here. So this is a great strengthening exercise for the back. So holding it here if you can. And as you inhale, just rise up a little bit more if you can. Exhale, softening into that higher pose. One more breath here. And lowering down onto your mat, taking a breath. And let's push back into a child's pose. So again, working with your body. If your knees object to you being down this low, that's fine. You don't have to come down this far. So work with the body, bringing the arms behind you. Taking a breath here. And on your next inhale, rising up onto your knees, draw the arms up. And exhale down into child's pose. Flowing through that. Inhale as you rise up. And exhale as you draw down. Two more times. And then coming up to kneel here, having the shoulders over, the ears over the shoulders over the hips. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring that right arm into the center and wrap the left arm under it for your eagle arms. And in this position, if your hand doesn't come all the way around, that's fine. You can have the backs of the hands facing each other. And then check in with your elbows and raise those elbows up. So you'll feel as you raise the elbows up, the back of the shoulders just begins to stretch. And then draw those hands away from your forehead to deepen that stretch further. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then releasing the arms down, just roll the shoulders back. And then take that left arm into the center and wrap the right arm under it. And again, raising up the elbows, encouraging those forearms to come away. And if your hands don't meet, that's fine. Still doing the same exercise. You have exactly the same results. The backs of the shoulders just stretching here. And releasing them down. And then just to counterbalance that pose, bringing the hands behind your back into a reverse prayer. So we get a nice open stretch in the chest. Taking 2 more breaths here. Releasing those hands as you come up onto your knees, into tabletop here, having those knees hip width apart, feet straight out behind you. And we're going to come down into a puppy dog pose, so letting the hands come out long, lowering the forehead, keeping those hips over the knees, and getting that nice length in the spine. One more breath here. And drawing yourself up into your tabletop. Let's take this right arm, thread it under the left, bringing that right shoulder down onto the mat and the right ear. And just taking that nice stretch of the shoulder again here. One more breath. And then drawing up, let's take it to the other side. Coming back into your tabletop, we're going to make our way up into a downward dog. Nice and slowly, so curling those toes, push the hips back as you rise up and pedal your way in. Just waking up those legs. Until you're ready to come to your point of stillness here, pushing away from the mat. Gaze towards the belly button, lengthening the legs if you can. 2 more breaths. And then coming down back into tabletop, and let's swing around to a staff pose. Legs out in front of you, toes pointing upwards to the ceiling. Hands either side of the hips as you draw up nice and tall. Engaging that core on the exhale. And let's then take a forward fold here. So bend your knees as much as you need to, as you just hinge at the hips coming into your forward fold. And when you are, wherever you are, inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, deepening into the fold. Two more breaths here. And then drawing back up to sit. Let's take it into a cradle pose. So drawing that right leg in towards the left thigh and then lifting up this left foot, holding on to the outside edge of the left foot, cradling the shin with your arm and just gently rocking it so you feel that stretch from the back of the glute all the way up the outside of the thigh. One more breath here. And then releasing that left leg down. Let's just swap it over as you raise up that right leg. Sitting up tall as you do this, you can tend to round into this pose, so you need to really focus on the length of the spine. One more breath here. And releasing that right leg down and then grabbing your block if you like, because we're going to do a little bit of sitting here, crossing those legs. Let's start with the right leg in front of the left. And again, finding that length, sitting up nice and tall, letting the left arm come down as you raise the right arm up. Let's take a bend here to the left, letting that chest stay open, looking upwards. Softness in that supporting arm. And drawing up as we take it over to the other side. And coming back to center, let's swap the legs around. So left leg is in front of right now. And we're going to take a little twist here. Twist to the left first. As we sit up tall. And then deepen that twist. And drawing back to center, taking it to the other side. One more breath here. And coming back to center, taking a breath. And coming once again to lie down on your mat with your knees bent. And then rising up into a bridge here. As you lift those hips up, encouraging them upwards towards the ceiling. Taking 3 breaths here, pressing those feet into the mat. And lowering yourself down onto your mat and hugging those knees into the chest. Just taking a gentle rock from side to side. And I hope you found that gentle yoga practice actually quite effective. When you're ready, letting those legs come out long. Arms down by your sides with your palms facing upwards. Letting the body just soften, relax and release. As you let go your feet and your legs. Letting go your glutes and pelvis. The whole back of your body and shoulder blades. The front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your arms and your hands. Your head, face, jaw and chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. And taking your moment of gratitude here. Identifying someone or something in your life that you're feeling particularly grateful for today. And let your heart fill with gratitude. And then focusing on your breath. Inhaling through your nose, filling your belly. Pause, and then exhale through your nose. With each breath, just feeling yourself connect a little deeper with your inner self, your true nature. As you spend a few moments here, just focusing on your breath.